Oh, sorry. Hey there, middies. This is Scurry Scouts, a Pirates of the Caribbean film series here. Tonight, I just got from a workout. I'm doing a cross arms and a crunches, doing my ab workout, and I just got to the lower the upper abs, doing a leg raise, to doing a the side plank, to do over what I'm doing to listening to the Pirates of the Caribbean Horizon for the music, the Lord Shall Rule, and Gotham Invasion to crossing the metropolis. So I just got it for the last year for the characters that they call realistically for arrival for Africa. The seemingly that bears will we do, and where is it be called in the mind invasions to be territory. What we're gonna do is also becomes about the guarantee for the fast foods ever. So Dwayne Johnson's birthday on tomorrow. He's able to get 45 this morning. He's born in He's born in Los Angeles, California, in 1972. I wasn't there, so I've seen there about 23 years ago. So he was just mentioned for the Ben Affleck for the Batman movie for Suicide Squad to the Justice League be coming up this November 2017. 6 more months. So and this is one is about the issues. So this is kind of have to be difficult for you if it also be guys the same method about spot in Mitchell Spies, live action fantasies, and Disney Worlds of Funds, and the dreams come true for Disney World or Disneyland, for Orlando, Florida, Orlando Resorts, and Anaheim Resorts Park in California. I thought about the short times about and to see who was been like it and about wanted to do something you knew what it means to. It was about the different for once and about it any time. Am I different to be the once and for all? I also to be and was to be different. It was to the mankind for the battle of my family and their families that were have to about changing to eat dinner. I realized it about tomorrow. I realized where we're done today. So I just come to know about recently, and wait. Oh wait. See the light? I can see the light. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I was at about watching for crucified for Romans for Jesus Christ just also be ordered to kill the God. His son of God was sad and immediately crucified. He was the resurrected from the dead. He was a spare time for Roman. Beside the world's mansion from the son of Rome. But against Jesus Christ formers visited for the Rome city. He also do have a run over for about in the mid 35 80 of a year. When Roman was slave, he just whipped cracking, loosened his blood. He was somewhat different. He's got about the word thing like a church, and there's some of the God knows about it, his death, about it, creatures, creatively, storms coming up. His blood almost loosened his body. He killed by the Roman spear. He just slushed into the spear. He just split over to the ground. the blood goes, but the blood is moving and it goes to the death. For he sat down for Satan. Jesus meets there, and that's where it came for the Bible to. That was about the last 4 years. It's about the different for everything, the being kind, about the most invasively for forever to be taken about a long periods of time, and she takes notes about the freedom, but guess what? It just happened, and what's now, and it wasn't that bad. It wasn't imaginable, really, the importance. It wasn't that bad. It was the changeable of his life, and his life actions must be serious with passions for ministry, the magical of the creatures, managing the creativity. He also debated educational note about it creatively, learning about the skills and abilities, and a lot of about experience, lots about the very experiences, lots of two skills, lots of one ability for only ways that about gets the level up, get the only ways that about it lose their pounds. So to be different, to be the kind, to be the love. So we also did that. We also did that today. So we did the same thing about the waste about the time. It's waste about the different for everything for all the time. It's about no one about it. No one to be about son of Rome to be unwelcome. So the gods sent it to the Sparta, Macedonia, Troy, Athena, Olympus with Zeus, and Hercules. He lives there as the son of Zeus, and Spartacus and Leonidas lives at Sparta, and we have some of those that about the gladiator here from former of Romans here is supposed to do something about one of the things about the gods do about against in the long time ago. For 1,000 years ago, I have heard this very interchangeable and noticed about it necessarily. In the wild, and those of you about the Disney World of China, Disney Nature's China, and even though the monkeys, snow leopards, and hornbills, and golden tacons, and concluded clouded leopard beside of the China. He thinks about a tiger. He mentioned about a South China tiger. One of the things that about very most suitable for 2017 this year on 123 days of vacations. There seemed about a wild deer beside of a city. And there's a deer walking in the city with befriended people. And there's a one with about 50 does, $25. Those are all of the very excitements. There's a cow deer. There's a deer cow beside of their be the pet. Besides, be most of all to befriend, being the mankind. They also will have particular the place. He lives with the city. He lives in the Nat Geo Wild. We do have it about last 9 years. I was about 13. I was a long time ago. So I was been watching for Animal Planet. Those that mentioned too. There's the deer in the city beside of the wild long city of China. The wildest changes in most of the things that ever. There could be a lot of dangerous to be predators in the jungle. The Indian leopard, besides the walking into the territory, there could be a lot of the ambush and leaping to it and attacking and leaping to attack, man eating, and jaws and claws and powerful things about the claws like a sword, spears, pikes, and a tusk, and the long tusk, and the sharper everything. And we have teeth of the canines, just like all this stuff with fatal attack, like the attraction of Smilodon, saber-tooth tiger, American lion, and the mountain lion, the marta cat, the African lion, Bengal tiger, clouded leopard, and cougar. And most of all, the omnivores here have the bears and wolves have a pack, and hyenas have a pack, and the wild dogs just running as slowest and fastest they can. They're eating the herbivore. They're eating the herbivores alive, and the bigger predators. There's a different dangers here. It's the largest, biggest in the jungle, in the king. The Bengal tiger, if they ever known, was it have been about almost getting mad. He's getting it closer and closer and closer. If it runs for you, if it runs for us, it'll get charged. It'll get attacked. It'll get bite off. It'll get eaten. It'll get run away. It'll get death. It'll get tranquilized. They're running away and fleeing to the beside of a jungle. It was a fate. For anyway, one of the Indian elephants was most dangerous, and befriend. And beside of the riders things like the chariot do. The one thing about the elephant riders do have of the India, Asia, and China. The only one about it in choices that they have here is my subscriptions today, my sculptures, and my paperwork things about the special things. As we have to talk to you about about every changes about the whole life that there. One of the things in the animals extremely good about a befriend. There's the herbivores are eating the grass there beside of the India. There's the spotted cheetah deer beside of all the does, fawns, and bucks, including sandbar deers, and the water buffaloes, wild pigs, and the langur monkey beside the largest herbivores beside the herds in the world. The one thing I heard about being an enormous dangerous there, an Indian and Javan rhinoceros is also the two things beside their the round of the country. They also would do something is also about walking over to the trails and walking over the earth in the world. There isn't around to the jungle. There isn't about very interesting about the loss of horns. There's a Java rhino. They have the one horn like a sharp tooth. And just like the biggest sharp horns like spears, pikes, and sword, and the Greek spear, just like the fights back for the predators like a leopard, cheetah, hyena, wild dog, and lion. Beside the lonely buffalo, and elephant, and giraffe, that have to get away from there and about fighting for enemies for herbivores or carnivore. It thinks we've heard about the safari dangerous battle in the beside their survival thing under the documentary. Then sending to the 48 minute documentary, and there's the one thing about the big cat week until about the next year for the fall 2017. As we know, we heard about for the interesting is also recited in and about the world. And there's the interestings and herds, all they can know, and We try to do the think about it, and so we have to do for exchanges if we're here to help. For I know for we know that for a lot of people just going to the trip to the safari guide, and there's a lot of jeep. There's a lot about the 12 jeeps in around the country, and those would have been about the longest stories and about the heard about it. Oh, it's most of the sea for right now, and the probably to think about it. I heard it about you knew the plan. There's a recently you knew the heard, and sorry about that. The one thing about the gamer thing for the Xbox 360, the dangerous Africa on the beside of their on the world thing on the country in the Tiger, Savannah, and the prides beside the lions are all the stuff for the Africa cats. And there are sort of three things about the small, like a hierarchical cat, like a domestic cat, and he didn't need to pet. But the one thing that the lion whisperer, there's all the pets. There's all pets too, like the lions, hyenas, leopards, cheetahs, and the wild dogs, and caracal, and the African cat. And there's the only thing about included the herds on interesting in these animals in outside of the zoo, like safari zoos, like brown hyena, striped hyenas, and white lions and the cubs, and just like mating seasons. If he heard about a lot of zebras, wildebeest, and the Cape buffalo, and elephant, giraffe, rhinoceros, and bears can do, is gorilla here as also to live in the jungle like Tarzan. There's about the monkey, baboon, mandrill, and chimpanzees. Chimpanzees all the way up there to Brazilian. That's where he lives to the South America. Orangutan. And those we beside of the befriended the chimpanzees. Bonobos on Africa too. If you think about it, guys, you can have to decide to go out to the trip to cross the Atlantic Ocean. There is the airport beside the Africa, beside the city. There is someone that drive through the 10,000 miles 6,000 miles per 6,000 miles away for Savannah, beside the cross there on the Africa, beside the 10,000 miles. That's the way out there about BC that on very interesting, including 12,000 miles of what around there for Africa. There's in Egypt, Niger, and Kruger in the national park. There's the World Series Everything a Problem. We understood them. He said that about the campfire on the night. So a lot of the 1,000 people living there on the campsites in quarter homes. If it interesting, if a dangerous predators on send it to the breaking the news on the newspaper for the bad news. And there's a major leopard attack on an untamed and uncut on Animal Planet. When the leopard just scratches the black guy's head, he just evolved. He just fatal attack just like the weapons like claws. He scratched it over into the brutal. He's got blood over in his left head, in the left eye. He knew that what happened there. He just trying to close up the window up. And the leopard just gone mad. He just charged. He is running around to jump over into the jeep. He gets the attack. he gets attacked for no reasons. He just jump over and he scratches like ninja. He just running around the jeep. He run away. He it got happened. He just brutal attack. He just brutal. He was involved. He goes to the hospital where he goes to the checkup for the doctors. What he does. What he does words. And he just terrible things happen. But when I think then the male lion just attacked the hunter, the reason this could be about the fighting over from the hunter while he's shooting. He killed the male lion. He just over about the major nomadic lion. He just shot to death. He just almost wounded the injury. He could be one of the head's hurt really bad. He's got over about blood on his head. He'd been terrified. The out of his about and attacking the camera. When the female lioness was charging in the man's camera while they're hunting, he just charges. He just put the camera down. He was attacked by the lioness. He just white. He just charges. He just fights back. He just literally fight over into the death. He run off. He run away. That's what it came happen. And when it seems looks like the leopard just look left over down to the jeep. You're just behind for the hissing, snarls, but he gets mad. He gets closer. It really happens. He jumped down there. He just charges. It jumped down the top of the jeep. He almost claws over into the camera. He just touch it and scratch it. The man got yelled. He said, "Hey, hey, hey!" The leopard just run. The leopard just run off from jeep. And he just he almost broke the camera. It just is the hellish things about really enormous happen about really involved. Really that means there could be a lot of stoppable, and that means could be resisting to the leopard attack. For the interesting for do not get close, will get attacked. It'll get hurt really bad. About almost 25.0%. It'll get hurt really bad and attacked by leopard. Lion and maybe cheetah attacked just former. Or maybe do. So the bull looks like the predator, and when the man hunts impala, name of the aim was Mauser for bolt action rifle, but he gets ready for shoot. He gets distracted during the hunt. He attacked the man, was ambushing by the big bull buffalo. He just literally moved over to pull over and crushes it down with his body is. His head and chest, neck and shoulders, and his back, and the beside of his stomach was involved. When the man just injured and wounded, and the two guys just crossing down into the ground. When the male buffalo just attacked the man while he was shooting, when the impala got away, he was in the major male was run off. When the buffalo saved impala from the hunters, he just involved. He just is terrifying during the Nat Geo wild for the buffalo kill. he notified for the terrible things happened there, guys. One thing the buffalo herds just surrounding lions and lioness. Every kill a lion was involved in during the fight to death and wounded, even though the death, but in crushing over the crusher and crushing over into beside the ground, biting and moving and running away. That's where we came to. That's great choice. Alright. Thank you so much for watching it, guys, on the stories there for India and China thing and around the country and the Africa. Thanks for the stopping by for the stories. The one thing about the very moments there, don't forget to subscribe to more content and follow on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google, Find Situation, Gaming Channels, Divine Cameras, Juggy Store, Elm, New Jersey State, Cockatoo, Tomalau, Cockastory, and Comastory, and Cockastory, Cockatalk and Story, Tomalau, and Hangouts. Follow links description on the actors director here and the friends, and YouTuber 24 and friends, and those that we have here and supposed to do something, K behind the cameras, Big Jug and Nuggets, Big Brother, Jordy Star Barter, Man and Corn, Crocodile Buzz 888, Boogie 220, Boogie 2988, and Parker Zip, Marcus Lucasons, Man and Corn, Julia Riley, Larry Slounce, Toms, Abraham, and Joe Bump, and Melissa, Psycho Mom, Psycho Aunts and Uncles, Psycho Dad, and Wilma Edwards, Wilma Edward Wing Vlogs, and Tony Tornado Vlogs, the YouTuber 24, the Amanda Jean Show, Derradiso Daily, Cupid Guy, the Cupid Guy Lysida, Quantina Joe, and Nesboog, Life from Moku Boog, and the Cupid Guy Life, Horrible Gamer, The Boog Show, and Human TV, Josh and Dorjing, Xiaomi TV, Elliot Guys, Ben Fellas, and Nen and Giles, and let's see who's supposed to Fireless First, Team Creed, Blow Squad, Reagan Dad, and here we are, guys. Grandpa's Corner, The Angry Grandpa Shows, Bridget West with Tina with his friends, and the Press Pack, and so we have here Captain, the modern day actress, Justin and Ben Furlander, Zac Efron, Elphinus Hedra, Kelly Woodbudge, Dwayne Johnson, and Alessandra Daddario, and Matthew and Catherine. Thank you guys for coming in. If you love it, guys, so feel free to death. Don't forget. So keep it regimented for Logan Lerman and Lucas and Lindsay, Dean Collins, Michael Rappaport, and Benny T. Jackson, Leva Rambin, Jim Perrick, Allie Wood, Jake Aba, Tom Ercurley, Margaret Robbie, and Douglas Smith, who we're talking to, Henry Calville, and Ben Affleck, Amy Adams, Gal Gadot, coming up for June 2nd for Wonder Woman. If you watch it on June 2nd, after the Memorial Day, and Keira Knightley, she was 32 years old. You love it. If you love it to watch you guys, Orlando Bloom, Johnny Depp, Jeffrey Rush, Kevin R. McNally, Martin Kleber, David Barton with Penelope Cruz, and David Wentham for The Lord of the Rings and 300. And I love you guys. Feel free to death. So don't forget to keep it rich, mateys. Good luck. See you tomorrow.